you see my hands or not? Or doesn't matter?
We are live.
All right. Excellent.
Okay, good. Welcome. Welcome back to Alliance Aces. I'm Chip Rodgers, VP of Marketing and Alliances here at WorkSpan, and we're actually broadcasting here from the WorkSpan offices. And I'm excited to be joined today by Joan Morales, and Joan is Director of Technology Alliances at Nutanix. Welcome.
Thank you so much, Chip. It's a pleasure, and it's a beautiful office that you guys have here in Foster City. It's a pleasure to be here.
Great. Yeah, we were taking a look around the at some of the views. You
Yeah.
live right in the area, so you were kind of like checking out all the.
This is, I was seeing the Costco and the Safeway that where I shop. So yeah, this is my neighborhood also as well. And it was very nice to see the neighborhood from this kind of height, probably the highest point that you can have here in San Mateo. So it's a beautiful office, guys, that you have.
Yeah, thank you. So, Joan, thank you for joining us, and maybe we could just start off with if you could tell us a little bit about what you and your team are up to at Nutanix.
Yeah, absolutely. So at Nutanix, as we grow as a company and a software company that helps to virtualize compute and storage and build private clouds for customers, we are basically building a large ecosystem of technology partners, software and hardware partners that support this growth, that help also be part and are part of this enterprise cloud that we are building for customers. And basically what we are doing with our technology partners is enabling them to have their solutions run with and on Nutanix, so that customers, when they run Nutanix and they run their Nutanix and their solution, everything works together, everything works perfectly.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, exactly. And that they have a great experience from end to end, from installation, deployment, to support if that's needed also as well. So that's what we do with all our software and hardware partners also as well from a technology alliance perspective.
Wow. So that's a lot. So you have both sort of both ends of things, right? The core, hardware that everything runs on, but then the software that's gonna run on top.
At the end of the day, Nutanix is a software layer that can run in any piece of hardware, any data center, any server, most of them that are standard based. And Nutanix will run. So it's customers have a lot of choices on where to run Nutanix, and that would be the hardware aspect of the technology that customers will have Nutanix on. And then the other is, all right, now that you have everything working, what applications, what workloads do you want to run on or with Nutanix? From VDI, backup, big data, financial, healthcare applications, any of those that you will run on or with Nutanix. So also we work with all of these technology companies to make sure that their solution works with our hypervisor, AHV, Nutanix AHV, or that works with our data capabilities, if it's a data backup solution or a big data solution in terms of API integrations, or if, for example, they want to have CAM blueprints that can run on Nutanix to facilitate the process of deployment and orchestration of solutions. So all of those are different capabilities and possibilities that we partner with our technology partners.
Yeah. So that's a lot.
Well, it's a lot, but it's also quite simple. I think it's a very standard way of working with partners in terms of enabling them different ways to work with Nutanix and also as well go to market with Nutanix. I mean, it has the partnerships that we establish with our partners have both a technology component as well as sales and a marketing component to make sure that when we have done all the validation and all of that is done quite easily and quite fast, we can also successfully go to market together and communicate to customers that those solutions work on Nutanix without any problem.
So I imagine that I'm sure that certification is a huge part of that process. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, sure. It's really very digitally driven, and we enable a process from end to end where where partners can have their solution validated on Nutanix. So we enable, and from a first business, after we have done the business onboarding, we start the technical onboarding. We enable them from a training perspective, knowledge, and documentation to make sure that from a technical perspective they have everything that they need. And after that, usually it takes 1 or 2 weeks for partners to have their solution validated on Nutanix and everything finalized and ready to market and go to market with Nutanix also as well. Partners will list their solution. The fact that their solution was on Nutanix on their website will do the same. We'll also have collaboration from a events perspective, Lunch and Learns, Nutanix.conference, for example. We are just planning right now for the beginning of May, what is going to be the one more year, the Nutanix.next conference, where we will have more than 7,000 customers attend Anaheim, and they will have the possibility to meet with all the channel partners of Nutanix, the global system integrators of Nutanix, the technology partners of Nutanix. Everybody will be able to meet and really see in action and live the power of the Nutanix ecosystem of technology and products.
That's great. So, is it a customer event as well, or is this as a customer and partners?
It's mainly actually a customer event, but all our partners also are part of all of this event. So we expect around 7,500 people attend the event between channel partners, technology partners, and most importantly, customers, both existing customers as well as new customers that come to see and experience Nutanix for the first time. So it's a 3-day event that we'll be having in Anaheim, May 7th to the 9th in Anaheim, California. Beautiful weather at the beginning of May, and one more year we'll have the event. In the fall, we'll be doing the same event in EMEA. This year we'll be doing it in Denmark, in Copenhagen, and that will be later in the year during the fall, when we will have the same experience, but for the EMEA market.
Yeah, that's so. Those kinds of events are always really valuable, right? Because everyone's in one place, and you can have all these connections, both sort of from a business side, and then also even technical side as well.
Exactly. And when our partners come, for what I really take care of, our technology partners come to the event, they really have the opportunity to present their solution that works on Nutanix to all these thousands of customers that are interested in this ecosystem of solutions. Customers that are already running Nutanix AHV on their infrastructure, customers that are virtualizing their compute and storage with Nutanix, and that on top of that, they want to have a solution of BDI, monitoring data to run on Nutanix. So our partners have the possibility to present all of that to all the customers that attend the event.
Wow. Yeah, that's fantastic. So there's a lot. I'm sure there's a lot of prep that goes into those.
We have a beautiful and great and hardworking marketing team that works for months in putting together this event. And I would say it's without doubt, is the largest and the most significant enterprise cloud and private enterprise cloud event in the industry. So where customers and partners, resellers and technology partners can really find the best and meet with the customers that are interested in running an enterprise cloud on their premises, or that they are interested also as well in a hybrid cloud. Nutanix not only provides customers the possibility to run a private cloud under their premises, but also as well, if they want and they choose to run a hybrid cloud infrastructure, again enabled by Nutanix.
Yeah, that's great. So tell me about some of the challenges, because you are in this sort of the middle layer, about sort of how, from a partner standpoint, because our folks watching this are in alliances, and what are some of the unique challenges because of the space that you occupy?
I would say perhaps the execution, fast execution with the fast growth that we're having as a company. HCI, Enterprise Cloud, is one of the probably the segments in IT that is growing the most in computing and in IT, and for large enterprises is growing very, very rapidly, and enabling a quick execution together with our partners in validating as many solutions as we are validating every month, so that we can keep up with the demand that we are seeing in the market, right? It's IDC is positioning, and also Gartner and Forrester is positioning Nutanix as a leader. So many of the partners are coming and to Nutanix to work with us, so that we can enable customers jointly to successfully run their enterprise clouds with the partners' solutions and workloads that run on Nutanix. So this fast execution, this fast pace of technical validation is really one of the challenges of keeping, a quick and a fast rhythm of execution. I think that's for our engineers, working with the technical engineers of our partners is probably one of the challenges that we are experiencing. We are doing it, I think, quite well, but it's always more an aspiration to do more of what we're doing. So I think that's the main challenge.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like you've got the process down pretty cleanly. When you said that the certification process takes between 1 and 2 weeks, that's surprising. That seems really quick.
Yeah, we have everything kind of very well prepared so that when we do the business onboarding of a new partner, then we proceed right away to the technical onboarding. We know and we talk and we have a live conversation with each partner and their technical teams on how to enable them and what they specifically need to have that technical validation be accomplished and successfully accomplished in 2 weeks. A lot of what we do from a technology perspective is quite based on a standard, so that partners, when they come to Nutanix, they don't have to learn something completely new. There are certain aspects that are new to them, but in many areas, we have tried to adopt standards in terms of processes and technology, so that partners can adapt to them and use it, and use them and kind of take advantage of them quite quickly. So I think that that's one of the important aspects of doing things quickly with our partners.
Yeah, well, especially when you're growing this fast, you've got to do it, right?
Exactly, it's a demand. If not, we wouldn't be able to keep with the growth. And in all directions, with all workloads. Customers are using Nutanix for many different types of workloads. And it's not just one type of solution. It's many types of solutions that customers are running on Nutanix, from VDI, as we were mentioning, healthcare, financial, manufacturing applications, data, big data, unified communications, all sorts of solutions. And we're working with all of these types of partners, operating systems, databases, so that all of those can run successfully on Nutanix.
Yeah. Wow. So that's a lot to manage.
But we are doing with our partners this collaborative approach. So there is a lot of hand-holding and heavy lifting that is being done between partners and Nutanix.
So what are some of the things, Joan, maybe you could share some of the things that you've learned along the way that have really been helpful as you think about how you manage partners, some of your best practices, how to manage escalation issues and things like, I'm not exactly sure what it would be, but sort of the things that you've learned that have helped you be successful.
Absolutely. I think probably one of the most important is in each one of the partners, try to identify the champions. And always try to identify who are the business, marketing, and technical champions that you will be working. Because at the end of the day, companies do partnerships, but people do build those partnerships based on relationships and based on knowledge. So identifying for each one of our partners the business, the marketing, and the technical champion, working and enabling those three individuals, at least three, very successfully, giving them access to the online tools that they need to accomplish what each one of them they need to do. I think it's one of the critical aspects. The marketeer wants to be able to create more pipelines, so we have to work with the marketeer to enable that together. The technical team wants to be able to validate the solution as quickly as possible on Nutanix and do it, efficiently. So we have a process and we have a set of tools enable, and prepare for that. And finally, the business and sales responsible wants to be able to scale the relationship to the next level and to bring, successful close business and joint customers. And so we have tools and processes for each one of those kind of individuals and types of roles that for each one of our partners we work with, and we have people in Nutanix that have built the tools that are necessary for each one of them. I think that's one of the key learnings. Focus on the people, focus on those individuals that we need to be championing their partnership with, and that's what really lifts everything, right? I would say that's the main aspect, perhaps, of success and learning that we have had at Nutanix with working our technology partners.
So it's all about people, right?
It is. In communicating with them, establishing the relationships, and training and enabling them successfully. Yes.
Yeah. So what's the typical timeline for as you're bringing on a new partner for the teams to go through those processes that you're talking about, from the business, marketing, and technical side to really sort of becoming productive and starting to see business results?
So business onboarding usually takes a couple of weeks, and that includes signing the agreement, having the agreement approved from any legal perspective. And then once we have done the business onboarding and we have introduced all the tools and we have identified the stakeholders within the partner that we will be working, marketing, sales, and technical, we do the technical onboarding. We go through the validation, 1 or 2 weeks. It's a standard time. And then after that, We create all the collateral that is needed from a solution brief, from enabling best practices documents. We publish all of that on the partners on Nutanix website. From there, we put together, especially with those partners that have the most appetite, and we select those, right, where we see the most commitment. We put together a plan of marketing and joint sales, where we do account mapping as we grow together, or we do joint marketing events also as well. So, and that could usually, after the technical onboarding, takes a couple of months also as well to really take shape and go to the next level.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like fun.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. It is fun. It is fun, and I think it's fun because it really allows you to have a 360-degree view of the industry, and with many different types of companies that all have a joint interest, right? Of which is enabling enterprises run a successful enterprise cloud, be on-prem or on the cloud or hybrid.
It's interesting you say that. I talked with Norma Wattenpaw yesterday with another Alliance Aces interview, and we were talking about this, and she said one of the things that she has always loved about the Alliance's role is that you basically have to run an entire business, right? You're into every piece of the business.
Yeah, and you interact with each one of the groups, within your own company. We work very closely with product management, of course, and with marketing, with sales, with support also as well, as you were mentioning, Chip, making sure that once a technical validation has been established, we have a process on the back end between the two companies to manage any potential future escalation from a customer, either from the partner or from us, so that if the partner is going to have a customer escalation and they need to involve us, we have a quick process for that, and no time is wasted in establishing communication between the two support groups of the company. So we establish and we set up that from the very beginning through the means of TSA-Net, actually, which is a nonprofit that has established, a common process for all vendors, for all technology companies to manage customer support escalation. So we work very closely. We are members of TSA-Net, and also that's, for example, one of the aspects of how we work with the different stakeholders from our partners, but especially within Nutanix, to make sure that the partnership is successfully built from all the different domains or areas of the company.
That's great. Yeah. So maybe I'll ask you, this is a question I ask, I've asked a number of people. If someone's watching and they're interested in going into the Alliance's profession, maybe they're in something else, and they're like, that looks pretty interesting. What? Any advice that you might have? That
watch this podcast. No. So I think that I came actually into Alliances from a background of channel marketing and channel kind of a reseller environment. So that for me was my route, right? I think. What is common at the end of the day was, at least for me, was partnering with other companies, working with other, individuals similar to me, but in other organizations to establish win-wins, and really enable that collaboration quickly, and cutting almost, as much as possible, all the bureaucracy that can sometimes naturally be happening, right? So I think that those are the aspects and the fundamentals that if you go into the partnering profession, you have to, making easy for others to work with you and your teams, and establishing processes that are easy and not just too special for you, but kind of process that makes sense and that others will be able to follow through easily. And then hiring and working with people within your organization that want to partner, that want to, be flexible working with others, that want to grow with others, that it's not about me, it's about building a mutual relationship that wins and being the voice of your partner within the company. I think that one of the things that always we try to do at Nutanix is for all of our partners, we try to be their voice within Nutanix.
Right. They don't know they don't know Nutanix as well as you do, and you can.
So as a partner and a technology partner team, we try to be the best way that we can their ambassadors, absolutely, and their voice and and for anything that they need within Nutanix. So I think that those are important aspects, and that they are coming for technology alliances, but also for channel marketing, channel sales. I would say there are many, or even SI also kind of marketing, or SI kind of partnering. So
Sure.
I would say that they are siblings and kind of roles, and they share a lot of common things.
Yeah. Well, that's great. Great. Joan, thank you.
It's a pleasure. Yeah. Thank you so much, Chip, and thank you for doing this and really creating a conversation, among the professionals within Technology Alliance. Thank you for that.
Yeah. Well, thank you also for you joined the Alliance Aces community, allianceaces.com. Yeah. But that's, in addition to these podcasts, that's part of what we're really trying to do, is have a place to have these kinds of conversations and share best practices and, just connect with each other, right?
Absolutely. Thank you for that. Really important.
Good. So I think with that, Joan, thank you for joining us, and we'll sign off from Chip Rodgers and Joan Morales. Thanks for joining Alliance Aces, and we will see you next time.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Thanks, everyone.